Good evening, everybody. We are getting real close here to the number one horse closing time. We just want to jump on and kind of scroll through and touch on a couple of things real quick before we get to the 6 o'clock time where everything will start closing. Let me refresh my page again. Actually, we'll start fresh. So if you have not been on already, hopefully most of you already have, but if you go to the SMBHorseSales.com, you can enter the auction by clicking right here on the click here to bid. Will take you into the auction site where the bidding's taking place. In the Octria site, the bidding takes place in the catalog portion. You can see the toolbar here at the top. You'll be in the catalog portion. We've had several people asking about potential transport options. If you click in the consignor info, sales terms and conditions, scroll down to the bottom, we have this image here with the consignor locations, as well as some potential transport options if you're looking to check with somebody about transport options. So we just wanted to point that out. But the bidding again takes place in the catalog. We're getting close here to the first horse about to close. So we'll just open it up here and kind of scroll through. Hip number one, we talked quite a bit about these horses last night. This is a big, nice, solid Palomino gelding. He is only 11 years old. He's got a ton of life ahead of him. Just looking through the other horses, this horse is, half to where he's probably worth. Hopefully somebody's paying attention. He's going to be the first horse that's going to close, and he's well under what he's worth right now, only at $5,000. So, one of the biggest mistakes that we see often with buyers, or feedback that we get from buyers, is, man, I really like the first horse or the second horse, but I was really focused in on a horse later in the sale, and I passed up that first horse, and then the other horse I was after went out of my budget. So we always tell people, be careful. Don't pass up the first horse or second horse if you like it, thinking that you're going to get one later. You never know. The later horse might go outside your budget. And without fail, every sale we've done for 6 years, we have buyers come up at the end and say, man, I wish I hadn't passed up that first horse or that second horse. So don't pass them up just because they're early in the sale. This is a nice, solid, good moving Palomino gelding in the prime of his life. Moving on to hip number two, we have BF Frenchman Specialty. They call him Roper. He's currently at $9,500. He's a 9-year-old AQHA gelding. Again, we covered a lot of the details on these horses last night. We're getting close to 6 o'clock, so I'm going to move through here fairly quickly. Hip number three, $3,750. Now, we pointed out last night the couple of notes down here. We've got the registration papers and a couple of transfers, but he is missing one of the transfers you're going to need. We're trying to get it, but he will sell tonight as grade. If we get you the registration paperwork, that's a bonus, but your bidding on him is grade. We also suggest you review the pre-purchase on this horse. Make sure you're familiar with it. He's going to have a little bit of care on the next couple of months. Hip number four is sitting at $10,500. This is a really nice horse. I know, talking with Jerry, he really, really likes this horse. He's put together well. We talked about it last night in the preview, how he moved. Again, if you're familiar with the recent market, probably under the value there. Hip number five, we watched this horse again in the preview last night. Really move around nice, real well-rounded horse in the prime of his life. $6,500. Again, a lot of these are still well under the money of what the current market really is. Hip number six, this is Bert. Nice, solid Bayron gelding, kind of a cool colored Bayron. Again, we know there's bidding yet to happen, but you should be paying attention to some of these horses if you're familiar with the market, under where the market is. Hip number seven, we talked last night, kind of the uniqueness of him and Gypsy Cross gelding. Real kind of cool moving horse. If you've been watching anything to do with gypsies or gypsy crosses, again, well under the market of where it's been. Hip number 8. This is another one that surprised me. I talked a lot about this horse in the preview. I really liked how this horse moved, the handle he had on him. He's an Andalusian cross. He's really cool put together. He moves out really cool. Somebody's really missing the boat. I thought this horse would be double this right here, right now. Somebody really ought to be paying attention to this horse. He's only 8 years old, 8 years old. He's got a ton of life. He's just entering the prime. He moved really nice. If you haven't watched the video, go watch it. Somebody's missing out right here. That horse isn't even half to where I figured he'd be by now. Here's another good, solid, nice bay gelding we watched last night in the preview. Hip number 9, Duke. I mentioned Indigo had talked to me about this horse back in September and really liked him and rode out. If you're looking for a ranch horse, again, under the market there, somebody should be paying attention. Sometimes we get caught up in the color and the flash and forget to pay attention to just those good, solid bay and sorrel horses, and somebody ought to be paying attention there. Hip number 10, Sweet Tea. This is one of the coolest mules I've seen in a long time. Somebody should really be paying attention here. I thought this is another one I thought would be higher than this by now. This might be one of the coolest mules I've seen. Somebody should really be paying attention here. I think that's under the money as well. Hip number 11, sitting at $13,500. We see a lot of these really well put together, solid ranch horses that are buckskin, go well above that. That's a good, solid horse. Everybody should be paying attention. We know there's bidding yet to happen, but don't miss out on some of these horses. Here's another one that really surprises me. I thought maybe this horse would be well over 20 by now. If you really pay attention to what this horse does, his pedigree, how well-rounded he is, the potential on this horse, you're going to have a hard time finding the same kind of horse in that budget. You probably couldn't even get the breeding and training into this horse for what that money is right now, and he's ready to go out and finish out and put to work. So somebody should really be paying attention there as well. Hip number 13 is at 16.5. This is another one. I really liked this draft cross. I thought he had a cool finish on him and a cool handle. He's done a little bit of everything up there in Canada. He's located in Missoula, Montana right now, specifically for the buyer to be able to pick up in the U.S. But really a cool horse that, we've seen similar kind of horses go well above that in the last couple of years. Hip number 14 is at 11.5. This is one I mentioned last night that I thought was a really cool horse. I like his size. I like how he's put together. I like the handle on him. Somebody should be paying attention there as well. Hip number 15. We talked last night. Just a good, solid all around. They've put the kids on him. They've had beginners on him. They've used him all over the ranch. Good, solid, nice gelding. Again, I still think is well under the market. It's another one that's really surprised me. We've had a lot of attention on this horse on Facebook. Adrian does a good job with these horses. He's pretty. He's flashy. He rides out nice. He's only 9 years old. Somebody really should be paying attention there. I think he's well under the market. This is another one that kind of surprised me. Talked about him last night. He's just so versatile, pulling the wagon, working as a turnback horse in the cutting pen, working a rope, ponying colts. I was really impressed in the video how this horse ponied the colts. That horse probably isn't even to half of what he's worth. Somebody should really be paying attention. You compare him to the hip number 13 horse. They're very comparable in how they handle and what they do. And this one's halfway to where that 13 horse is. And the only real difference is the color. So somebody should be paying attention there. Here's another one last night that I really thought was a cool horse last night. I was really impressed with the video. For a young horse, the foundation, the experience they've got on this horse, that horse is going to be worth double that very shortly. Somebody should really be paying attention. If he's not worth double that now, these Frisian crosses are hard to find. That's just a cool horse that somebody should really be paying attention to. This is another cool little horse that kind of surprises me where she's at. This size we talked about last night. They're youth friendly, and you're kids can go out and saddle them because they can reach, but they'll still carry an adult. That size is hard to find. They've done a good job with her, getting her going. There's one that somebody really ought to be paying attention for. She's probably worth at least double that. Here's another one that we saw a lot of attention on Facebook. He kind of took off fast, but has kind of stalled out. I thought this horse might be in the top 5 in the sale, and he's still, I think, worth much more than where the bidding's at the 10.5, and he's very unique. You're not going to find another one like him. Here's another one that kind of surprises me. We talked last night, the pedigree on this horse. You've got proven performers all over on her papers. She goes back to generations of proven performers. You got the top producing sire in AQHA history is her grandsire. She's going to have athletic ability. She could go in about any direction. She's got a ton of life ahead of her. She's just right in the prime. You can go use her, turn her into a rope horse, use her on the ranch, use her in the sorting pen, and still get babies out of her. I think she's maybe halfway to what she should be worth. Again, she's just got a pedigree full of proven horses on there. Somebody should be paying attention there. Here's another one that surprises me. We watched these horses from Jessica Lee last night in the videos, and kids crawling all over them. These are young horses that are obviously got dispositions. They're going to be easy to work with. They've had the kids climbing all over them, riding them all over. They've seen experience in the mountains. They're bred for some speed. If you're looking for a barrel prospect, they could go do 2-hand 4-H. This horse is only 3 years old. I talk with a lot of trainers a lot that like to find these 2- and 3-year-olds and work with them and then sell them back off as 5- or 6-year-olds. And all I've heard for 2 years is you can't find one under $5,000 or $6,000. And here's one right here that isn't even hardly halfway there. Somebody should be paying attention there. Here's another good, solid, nice all-around gelding. I know I've talked to a couple people that were interested in this gelding. Again, I think a little under the market there. Good, solid all-around. That Bayron color that everyone's been looking for. Here's another one that really surprises me. We've got kids that go out and do the little britches. And to go find this horse, it's almost impossible. This horse is ready to go, plug and play into the little britches, do the events. He's the size that can give your youth some confidence. They can go out and catch him, saddle him up himself. We saw a couple ponies in this very sale last year, similar to this, that they both broke the 10 mark. One of them broke $20,000. Here's a cool, flashy, neat-looking one that can go right out and plug into the little britches and the rodeos and 4-H. And you're going to have a hard time. I guarantee you in the spring you'll pay double that price to find something like that. Here's another one. Again, same kind of thing. That size. We talked last night about this is a 3-year-old girl, been riding it. Shows the disposition. He's got his whole life ahead of him. They had him out hunting. Again, you come spring, you're gonna pay well above that price to try to find him. And I guarantee it's going to be cheaper to buy him now and feed him through the winter than it is to go try to buy him in May. Here is another good, solid, nice all-around gelding. He's young, but you could see in the video had a good foundation, only at $7,000. I think, again, well under where the market is, and people should be paying attention. This is one of ours, again, that I talked last night how much we've liked this horse, how much we like she's put together. The only reason she's for sale is we just haven't used her as much in the last year as we thought we would, and we don't want her to go to waste, but I guarantee you she's worth a lot more than where that bidding's at, and you won't go find another one like her for that price. Here's another one that kind of surprises me. We mentioned he does have a vet note on him, but you can see in the video just the experience that he's got, the ability to go out. If you're looking for a good solid trail horse, you're not going to find it for that price again. Somebody should be paying attention here. Here's a horse that you can get, right now is half of what he's worth, if that, and you can go out and have the same kind of horse in the spring as you would if you paid twice that much money. Somebody should really be paying attention on him. Here's another one that we had a lot of attention on social media leading up to the sale. Kind of excited to see where he goes. Sitting at 10.5. You know, he's unique. We've had people asking for these black blanketed appies for the whole time we've been doing sales, and here's the first one that we've had, and they're ready for you guys to go buy. Here's another one that really surprises me. We had a lot of attention on him. I talked last night about how unique he is, his build, that coloring. You're not going to find another one like it. I just think he's so unique and so cool, and well under the money there. Here's one looks like somebody just bid on, but another one we talked about just a minute ago about how these horses with Jessica Lee, they've had kids crawling all over them. They've had great experience on them, moving around, well under the money of where the market is, and somebody should be paying attention on. Hip number 33, another good solid all-around gelding, just where the market's been. I think that's low. There's room to go, and again, they'll be bidding yet to go, but I think somebody's under the mark there. Here's another one that really surprises me. I thought this horse would be up to the 10,000 mark by now. Only sitting at 8. Somebody should really be paying attention here. He's young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. He's 6. He's well put together. He's flashy. He's pretty. We talked last night. There's a breed certificate. You could take him and get him registered with the AQHA. Somebody really should be paying attention on this horse. He's later in the sale, but boy, he's put together. He's flat. He's just as flashy as those horses in the middle of the sale. He got him laying down, doing some cool things. That's a horse somebody should really be paying attention to. Here's another one that surprises me, and I talked last night, just the good, well-rounded. They've got some babies out of her, but they've used her all over. In the prime of her life, well put together, got a good pedigree on her, got that shining spark line. Somebody should be really paying attention here as well. And then finally, here's another one. You know, we talked in the video last night. I really liked how this horse traveled out. If you're looking for a ranch horse, she could really go out and ride fence, cover some ground. If you're looking for cows out on the mountain, just really liked how she moved. I liked how she was put together. You see it maybe a little bit better in the video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. This is a good, nice, solid young mare. Got her whole life ahead of her with a good start. So you should really be paying attention on some of these horses that are still well under the market. There's still plenty of opportunity here. We've had a couple people that have asked about proxy bidding, so I'm going to go in here real quick and just show. If you want to do a proxy bid and you're not quite sure how, there's two options here. You have quick bid, which it's in right now, where you would just click and it will go to the next increment. If you click on the custom bid and it shows right here, proxy bid is here, you can enter your max amount, hit bid, submit it, and it will bid in increments up to your maximum amount for you. If you unclick that, then it will just bid the amount that you type in. But as long as that's clicked, it will just move in the increments of the horse on your behalf as people bid against you. So if you're wondering about the proxy bid, it's right there under the custom bid mode. A couple other quick reminders. The pre-purchases are up. Please look at them. If you're bidding on the horses, we hope you've talked to the consigners. If not, still pick up the phone and talk to them. But we're excited to see where these horses end up. We've got a great selection. We want to thank everybody for being with us. We're looking forward to see where they go. You will pick these horses up from the consignor locations. Again, you can find that here down towards the bottom. It shows each of them. So please, if you haven't talked to the consigners, realize that you're going to pick the horses up from the locations listed here. We want to wish everybody good luck, and we're excited to see where these horses end up. Thanks, and have a good evening. This will end the live portion, and we will move on to monitoring the bidding. Have a good evening.
I cannot find that place, that page. Where you can click bid extension.